Good morning, Tim Sykes here. Another crazy trading day with lessons and opportunities galore. The other day I posted this chart that basically shows the 15 days of July have been the best 2-week trading period since 1928. Okay, so it really pays to study history. It's not a surprise that July is so hot. Some of you are messaging me being like, hey, it's the summer, it's supposed to be slower. The summer overall is generally slower, but we're also hitting new highs every day, or pretty much every day right now. And then also right now here in July, I wish I could, come through this laptop or computer or phone, whatever you're doing to watch this. If you're watching this right now in July of 2024, you might be watching it later because it'll be archived. But if you're watching this right now in July, I wish I could shake you and be like, yo, pay attention to history, take advantage of this. We're not always going to have these amazing 2-week periods or 4 weeks, or, we'll see how long this lasts. I mean, we've been on a hot streak for months now, and many of you just aren't recognizing that this is a very unique time. I did this video lesson. Look at this, only a few hundred views. Thousands of people have access to these video lessons, and only I can get through to a few hundred of you. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. Why is this? People don't want to hear me rant. They don't want to hear about history. They don't want to study past stock charts. They just want hot alerts. And they think that it's the hot alerts that are going to make them the most money. Well, I do hot alerts too, but it's understanding the process that makes you the most money. The hot alerts are meaningless if you just try to copy anybody's alerts. And I've been saying this over the years. If you look at how I've now created, 40 plus millionaire students, they don't follow alerts from anybody. They learn the process. So some of you are like, stop ranting, stop talking so much. I wish that you would watch these videos 3 times. I wish that I filmed them all in slow motion so that you're forced to listen to the rants more, because it's the rants, it's the stuff that you don't want to hear that will make you the most money. If I can get through to some of you, you just want hot alerts, hot picks, and you're helpless. And I can only help so many people. I have to unfortunately realize I can't help the helpless. If you're not willing to study the past, if you're unaware of this stat, but if you are paying attention and you're like, I'm one of the few, I'm one of the dedicated, awesome, because I will change your life. Watch this video. I'll link this video below. Every single one of you should watch it. It talks about me versus Jack Kellogg, because Jack is now up 860,000 on the year. In the past 30 days now, he's doing much better, 178,000. And this isn't even like gradual over the past 30 days. This is like in the past 3 trading days. He had some ups, he had some downs. He was basically break even, which was very disappointing for him, but he put it all together and really has been on fire, just the past few days, just to show you some of his gains, just to inspire you, 100,000 on OPTT, 40,000 on ZAPP. And then he had one big winner in June on NLSP. But just look at this, 2 trades. Okay. Think about this, 178,000 over the past 30 days. And in 2 trades, this is 148,000. So you have to understand, it's not about being hot all the time, being dead on all the time. And your losses sometimes are not the end of the world. Okay. He himself will be first to admit that he got way too aggressive, with a lot of his plays, like too aggressive on his MLGO long, too aggressive shorting GME and MLGO also. Look, he just says tilt, dumbass, like he's hard on himself, bad trade. But at the same time, the losses help teach him what not to do. And then he put it together. And because he has a solid bankroll and he has experience, he's now at 12.7 million. He knows how to really turn it on and focus. And so all the bad trades, all the losses, all the mistakes, it pales in comparison to just a few good trades. And that's what I want for all of you. If you look at his recent gains, and if you're in Jack Kellogg's 7-figure cycles, which you should be, you start to learn how do you actually make millions trading aggressively. I'll teach you how to trade conservatively, but Jack can teach you how to trade aggressively. Okay. And just look at his past trades. This is all in the past, 2 weeks. negative 1%, negative 2%, negative 6%, negative 3%. He's had 4 losses. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades? Okay. So just in his last 9 trades, he's had 4 losses, only 5 wins. But look at the size of his wins: 57% on ZAPP, 64% on OPTT. And he sold both too early. They both spiked higher. Think about that. I think ZAPP went to what, 370 it got up to? And OPTT, what did it get up to? I can't even keep. Oh, wow. ZAP is spiking as I'm doing this. 380s. This is pre-market on July 5th. And I was banking on this one too. This is what I'm saying. Some people are like, when should I trade? Trade and try to watch the market as much as you can. Look at this. From 3 to 380. I didn't even realize this as I'm filming this video. I'm filming this at 7 a.m. Eastern, just trying to get a pre-market video in so that, you can really capitalize when the market opens. But this started right here at 6:57 a.m. $3 to nearly $4 in what? 10 minutes? So you can choose how much or how little you want to focus on trading, what time of the day, but the opportunities are there. Look at this. It's going 397. Can it get to the 4s? And remember, Jack just made 40,000 and he was selling it at 3. So he sold too early. So some people are like, oh, you and your students always nail it. No, we don't. There's so much opportunity. Oh, is it going to go to the 4s? This will be interesting. Here we are at the 4s. I wouldn't chase it now, but I just want you to understand that, it's crazy. It's crazy how much opportunity is. You might look at Jack and be like, wow, amazing job making the 12.7 million. If you asked him, especially for his recent trading, he'll be like, I'm screwing up so much. I'm missing opportunities galore. And this is just one example. Look at it chewing through 4, 402, 405, 406. Okay? I want you to see how fast this is. This directly relates to this. This is the best 2-week trading period since 1928. This is going back nearly 100 years. And some of you don't know about this. Some of you want to doubt this. You can be unprepared. You can be as, ignorant as you want. But I'm going to try to do the opposite. Let's see if it's up even more now. Oh, 415. This is how fast this stuff is. For those of you saying, oh, penny stocks are a scam, they're so unpredictable, you guys are morons. You guys are absolute morons. And I'll say it again and again. 425. This thing just spiked 5% in 3 minutes? Okay? Think about that. 5% in 3 minutes. Some of you think that the S&P 500 8% or 10% per year is great. Look at this, 430. This is 7 a.m. The market's not even open yet. This is pre-market trading. Some of you think that I'm in the Illuminati or I have inside information because I trade, pre-market sometimes. You're like, the stock market opens at 9:30. If you trade pre-market, that's illegal. No, you're just a moron. You're just an unprepared moron. And I'm not going to be nice anymore because it's sad. It's sad to waste this stuff. If you can wake up at 7 a.m. Eastern, do it. If you can wake up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m., even 4 a.m. Eastern, do it. Because in this market, there's so much opportunity. Look at this. Just hit 438. This is nearly 10%. In what? 4 minutes. If you just bought 1,000 shares, you're making $300-400. Just think about that. When people talk about 8 to 10% per year in the S&P 500, per year, and this is 3-4 minutes on a penny stock that's spiking pre-market, it's an absolute joke what most people think is possible in finance. And I'm not trading this. I'm not like, oh my God, I knew this. I literally wasn't even going to talk about this. I was talking about Jack having big winners versus small losses. But this is a great example. It's good for me to show this. I'm glad I'm doing this video lesson so you can see. So you can next time, when someone says, oh, day trading is a scam, Tim Sykes is a scam, penny stocks are a scam, just invest in the S&P 500 and make 8 to 10% per year. I want you to laugh in their face and say 8 to 10% per year is a fucking joke, because that's what it is when you focus on the best plays, when you trade with a small account. Understand, 8 to 10% per year is great if you're the Harvard endowment, if you're a money manager, if you're a hedge fund, if you have, millions or tens of millions. If you have $10 million, and you're making $800,000 to $1 million a year, fantastic. But if you have $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 and you want to make $1,000 in a few minutes, learn this damn strategy. Stop being a fool and investing like big accounts do, because you have a huge advantage with a small account. Everyone wants to trade with a big account. Everyone wants to be the next Jack Kellogg or Tim Sykes, but you have to earn it first. They started with small amounts, and it's trades like this, it's opportunities like this, it's setups like this. I wasn't even going to look at this. I was just trying to go back and see how far OPTT went. I should be trading right now instead of making a video lesson, but I suck it up for you guys because there's so much just misinformation out there and I have to correct it. OPTT went up to 60 cents, mind you. So if you look at Jack Kellogg's track record where he made over 100 grand on this, he sold it at 36. It nearly doubled. Okay? So when he makes 100 grand on a trade, like he did here on OPTT, this could have been a $200,000 trade. So don't tell me Jack Kellogg is best case scenario, because he's not. He's just taking advantage of the opportunity. He himself will say that he has been screwing up, and he's kind of, I've talked to him, and we have a video that we're going to release. We had a good conversation the other day. He's kind of mad at himself for not really capitalizing. And yet in the past month, he's made 178 grand. So it's all a matter of perspective. Okay. But I want you to see that anybody can do what Jack does. Anybody can take advantage of these small trades in small dollar amounts, especially if you learn, and this is Jack Kellogg's 7-figure cycles. I'll post a link to this. You want hot alerts? He gives the hot alerts, but he also does, videos, which is awesome. And if you do, sign up for, his class, I highly encourage you to watch all of his videos, and they'll make you understand his process more so that you'll have the proper perspective. For me, understand, you can watch this video. I'll link his newsletter, and I'll link this video in the links below. Trading conservatively or aggressively. I like trading conservatively. That suits me and my personality and my stress levels better. But because the market is on fire, I'm still capitalizing. I made 1,700 here on ZAPP. This was a very nice win for me. And I was buying it in the low twos and selling it in the high twos. That was it. Okay. It's now into the fours, as we've seen. This is 2 trading days later. But why is ZAPP spiking? It's just a wannabe electric vehicle play. But because Tesla is a hot stock again, you can look for these low price sympathy plays. It's not random like you think. Some people are like, how do you know it's ZAPP? Look at the big stocks that are moving, like Tesla, which is arguably the biggest company that's spiking the most in the past few days. And then you look for low price sympathy plays. Zap will undoubtedly fail in the end. It's not the next Tesla, but that doesn't stop it from spiking as a sympathy play because it's so cheap when compared to Tesla. So I was very happy making $1,700. This was, for me, I said huge winner overnight. Okay. And this was in my weekend trader. I have a weekend trader newsletter where normally I buy on a Friday and sell on a Monday. But because there are these patterns right now, these kinds of setups apply overnight, midweek too. Even if I was long ZAPP overnight right now, guess what? It closed at, what did it close at? Right in here, like in the 260s. In after hours, it was pretty weak. But if you hold it overnight, now it's in the fours. This is how fast these things can spike. So please share this. And it also drops. Look at it, down to 4 now. You have to learn to take profits. I always say ride the hype, but never believe it. And I even said this in this video, which I want you to watch. And a few people said that in the comments. I will ride the hype and never believe it. I will ride the hype and never believe it. I will ride the hype and never believe it. This is what I want for you guys, okay? It's good to take profits, but it's also good to recognize the damn opportunity right now. So I was really happy with this, but I was also happy on, today's Friday. It's all messed up because it's a holiday week, but I was really happy to make $1,000 on my KOSS trade. Okay. I said, dip buying this meme play that's heating up. And this is a pattern that I want to talk about in this video, because, a few weeks ago, I came up with the 10-45 rule where, stocks that are not good companies, but they're dropping, they're luring in short sellers and they can spike midday. Normally you don't want to trade these things midday, but because the market is so hot right now and there's an overpopulation of the invasive species of short sellers, that creates amazing squeezes. So this was KOSS the other day, and it had already spiked here. It doesn't look like much from the chart right here. This is actually kind of laughable where I had it. Let me zoom in a little more. But it had already spiked up basically from the 5s to the 640s. And I was dip buying it in here in the high 5s again. And some people said, like, why were you dip buying it? There was no specific news, because meme plays can spike quickly. And because the first 15 days of July have been the best 2-week periods. So again, recognizing that there's too many shorts, recognizing that meme stocks are hot, recognizing that it's really fire at will right now with so many damn plays every single day in so many different periods of time during the course of the day, and recognizing that I say I will ride the hype, okay? I don't believe in KOSS. I don't care about any meme play, but I dip bought it because I said, oh, wait a minute, this is a meme stock and it can spike. I didn't know that it was going to make new highs. I didn't know that it was going to go to $18 a share. And you challenge students, I was giving a webinar live, so you should tune into that. The webinar that I did was July 3rd, 2024. And we saw this max euphoria, and then we saw the panic, and it wasn't really that great of a dip buy. But we saw that live during the webinar, and that was awesome. I didn't know when I was buying it in the 5s that it was going to go to the 18s. But I do recognize what time of year it is. I do recognize what kind of market this is. And so you'll see me trade more speculative patterns. And if I can get through to some of you, any of you, hopefully you can trade some more speculative patterns. And then you too can laugh at the joke that 8 to 10% per year is, when you can make 8 to 10% in a few minutes. And obviously I sold way too soon. I just, I didn't know that it was going to spike so much. And I was just thinking it can get back to day highs, and the day highs were already the 640s, and it moved so fast, and I was just happy to lock it in. It was actually a rush. This wasn't even about the profits. This was about, like, can I dip by a meme play? Usually I stay away from the meme plays. I'm much more comfortable on ZAPP, like a sympathy play to Tesla, but I'm willing to expand my comfort zone because of this market, because I have the right mindset. And this is the mindset that I want to give to you. So leave a comment underneath this video. Don't just say, like, ride the hype, never believe it. I want you to say, I will be speculative in this market, okay? I'm not saying be speculative all the time. I'm not saying go all in or use leverage or do dumb stuff, but be open-minded to different kinds of stocks spiking, to different time frames, and to different patterns. And this KOSS dip buy was actually the second day in a row where, I previously had a nice little winner. And again, I'm trading really conservatively, selling way too soon. But this was dip buying this earnings winner on RDZN. In RDZN, I bought it in the low 2s. I actually even previewed it in chat before I bought it. I said the lower, the better. I think it got up to what? Let me just bring it up. RDZN. I think it got up to like the 270s with its initial earnings win spike. So I'm buying it on a nice dip off the highs. Yeah. So after hours, when they reported earnings, just to help you understand, they reported earnings right here. Stocks to trade breaking news. You should use it. And it got up here to got up to the 280s, and then it gapped up to the 290s. And I'm dip buying it, not here because this is still like 4:30 in the morning, but it's downtrending. And I actually caught the dip perfectly here. I don't normally catch the dip so perfectly, but I caught the exact bottom. Did I know that it was going to go from, 215 to 325? No, I didn't know that it was going to spike so much, just like KOSS. But you don't have to care exactly how high it can go. For me, I said my goal is a 5 to 10% bounce, and it bounced so quickly and I was out. I sold it $1 a share too soon. So when you look at my trades, and you see, wow, Sykes, like, some people are like, Sykes, you're on fire. I'm not trading aggressively. I'm not, doing that crazy stuff. This is why I love teaching, because frankly, I'm a better teacher than trader. I'm very happy to make this. This is double what I've made in half the time as last year. So I'm definitely doing well and I'm on the right track, but I'm also usually selling too soon. And I'm usually playing it too conservatively. And that's me. I make these videos for you, but I also have to listen to myself. I'm going to leave a comment too. And I'm going to say, I will be more speculative because I'm trading the right stocks. I'm getting great entries, but I need to be more aggressive right now. And this is what I need to do too. We need to be honest about our strengths and weaknesses. I'm doing really well on my entries, and I'm doing really well showing you guys the single best plays every single day. Like RDZN was the biggest percent gainer, KOSS was the biggest percent gainer, ZAPP. Between me and Jack, like you're freaking covered right now in this market. And you look at Jack, some people are like, oh, what a surprise. He's not, you're not perfect. But look at his trades. It's okay to lose 1, 2, 3, 5, 6% when you're making 21%, 17%, 30%, 60%, and 57%. That is trading. Welcome to real trading. Real traders lose sometimes. Real traders are wrong sometimes. Real traders sell too soon. But it doesn't matter, because the beautiful thing about me and Jack and all my millionaire students, the volatility more than makes up for it. You don't have to time things perfectly. That's why I'm so proud to teach you guys. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the best at math. If you watch enough of my DVDs, video lessons, webinars, like I'm terrible at technology. I'm not even that great at math. I'm not that smart. I know my limitations. And some people say, well, Tim, you can get better. I don't have the luxury of time to get better. I'm trying to focus on teaching you what I've learned. I'm trying to teach you to be, a good trader and really laugh again at the 8 to 10% per year that everyone thinks, or even 20%, even 100% a year. It's shit when you focus on these kinds of plays. And I know some people will say, oh, you can't mean that 100% per year is amazing. No, it's not. Okay. Like if you look at Jack's performance chart, he's up 750% just since we started this just a few weeks ago. Like all of the norms that you're used to with normal financial media, it's BS. Understand that it's because of this hot market. If you're watching video lessons from 2022, I'm not this pumped. I'm not this optimistic. 2022, the average trader lost 40%. I was green on the year. Jack was green on the year. It was good to be green. But right now is a very unique time. And that's why, again, I really wish I could come through this computer and just shake you and smack you. Not because I believe in violence. I don't believe in violence, but I want to get through to you. This is the time to push it with your education. This is the time to push it with your trading. Not with size, because most of you don't know what you're doing or you're just beginning. So trade conservatively, but be open-minded. And again, leave a comment if I am getting through to you and say, I will be speculative. Focus on meme stocks. Focus on these little sympathy plays, these companies that are terrible. Okay? Don't listen to short sellers and be like, oh, dilution tracker says this. Oh, this company is. I don't care what dilution tracker says. I don't care what this company does over the next 2 or 3 or 5 years. I don't care if they do offerings. I'm using the volatility to grow my small account. And that's what you need to do right now, because I don't know how long this lasts. Okay? This stat, first 2 weeks of July, but stats are not perfect. Maybe it's the entire month of July. Maybe it'll be July, August, and September, because we also have so many short sellers. I don't think we've ever had this many short sellers in recent memory. So short sellers are the ones who are spiking this up. Like ZAPP doesn't deserve to go up here. KOSS never deserved to go to 18. This is a short squeeze. Do you know how many short sellers were thinking that the top was in here in the 8s and the 9s? And they're all in their little Discord chat rooms being like, KOSS doesn't deserve to go up. Dilution tracker says this. Shut up, you narrow-minded morons. But thank you for your narrow-mindedness, because without short sellers, you don't get this kind of a spike. You don't get any of this. It's shorters who are too over-aggressive. And props to you. Some of you are short sellers, and you're wise short sellers because you've learned from me. And guess what? It also dropped from 18 down to 10 after the big spike. So if you're a patient short seller, there is opportunity. But most of the short sellers I know are not patient. They're not meticulous. You never know when the top is. And if you're just beginning, you can't really figure out where the top is. This is why I teach buying speculative stocks, being speculative, and capitalizing on these awesome plays from the long side. Like literally ride the hype, but never believe it. Look at my trades and I'm doing really well. And mind you, I was also buying ZAPP here and I was trying for the dip buy here in the 3s and it didn't really bounce that much. Now, one trading day later, it goes up to the 4s. So even when I'm wrong, I'm on the right track just because I'm focused on the best plays and the best patterns. And I'm so dead on with my thesis to be speculative right now. So I'll post links to Jack's newsletter. sign up, start learning, watch his damn masterclass, watch his damn video lessons. I'll also post links to this video that I did. Whether you want to trade conservatively or aggressively or a mix, watch it. Be one of the few hundred people who actually gets it. And leave a comment below. Say, I will be speculative. I'll see you guys in chat. This is a great market. Congrats to everybody.